Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live, the Bay All-Stars. This is what we have been waiting on. You guys are probably like, hey, we're going to start at 9. You're right. But I do have some exclusive sneak peeks of your very own portal images that you have never seen before to build a little bit more hype. I know we've got holidays, we got people cooking. I've got several messages. I've had people say I'm baking pies, I'm making turkey, I'm doing the side dishes. So several people won't be able to play, but I did want to give them shout outs throughout the night. I see Mist. Thank you for logging in, Mist. I know Mist has got some cooking going on. Jim is driving. I had a few people. Crimson just messaged me a little bit ago. She goes, I still want to get in. Is it too late? No, get in. We're going to do it a little bit different tonight. We're going to play a couple rounds. There's going to be a lot of like moving, getting your activity in, taking a few shots here or there, and then we'll stop, we'll pause the stream, and then we'll explain a few things. It's going to be very complicated. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, do me a favor. Give me a 999 and pop that like button really, really quick. I want to see if we've got any lag, any delay, because I do know we've got a lot of images. Okay, good. We're streaming super, super fast. So there's a lot of images. There's a lot of movement. There's some files. I can't wait to unveil this because it's got a lot of things on the map, but some really cool stuff. So let me take you into a little bit of the Bay, everybody. Well, what do you guys want to see? You guys want to see the Bay, or do you want to see the portal images you haven't seen yet? What are you more excited for? I watch, everybody's going to say both. The generic answer is always both. I'm going to say at least... there you go. What's going on, Busy? I knew Busy's going to say both. All right, we'll start with the portal. Let's start with the portal. And then we'll get to the Bay. So here we go. Couple brand new images. Look at this. Look at this beautiful. I mean, this is us. This is our background, our creation. This is the guild creation page. I'm probably going to switch it over to factions, but for now, we're going to leave it the way it is. We all understand it, but this is the guild creation page. This is going to allow you to go in, type your name, the description, upload an image, guild leader, co-leader, search for players, and then we got to figure out whether or not there's going to be a cost associated to create a guild. And what I mean by that, don't get too far ahead of it. What I mean by cost is it might be like you got to be level 10 to create a guild, or it might be 10,000 dead dimes or something, just so people can't go in and spam guild creations, because we're going to get a lot of new players going to sign up. We just don't want like 1,000 guilds, right? Everybody come in. So there's got to be a threshold in order to create a guild. All right, so that's the first sneak peek. How about, we've been hyping up item enhancement. So check this out. Just a little ring that we might put in there. And then if you want to add your gems, add your glyphs to it, and then hit that enhance button to give you some brand new stats, then it might take you to this screen. Oh, look at this. Now we got something working. We got some stats creating. We got some generation. What's it going to do? Is it going to make it different? And then, bam, look at this. So then we create a brand new backdrop. That way you know it is a upgraded item. So you'll be able to see the difference between what you started with and what you created. All right. The images obviously are not your avatars, but this is something that I absolutely demanded is going to be in the first version of our website. And this is your very own wall of fame. So your avatars will be up there. Anyone that logs in and will have access to view this. So as players start to sign up, they're going to be able to go in here and say, oh, who was the MVP in Season 1? Oh, who was the MVP Season 2? Who's the deadliest duo? These are going to be a permanent part of the portal. And as we add things like, you guys may or may not know this week, Ocean Man and myself, Ocean Man's an all-star, I see him over there. We are battling for first place in the Play Dead Live Fantasy Football regular season. Doesn't mean either of us is going to win it. We still have to play the tournament. But if Ray were to win the entire tournament, then he's going to get a trophy on the Wall of Fame. So as we do Burn Arcade, we do events, we do other things, we're going to be able to add more to it. So anyone that comes on that plays Play Dead Live that also wants to get in our Fantasy Football League will be able to participate in the Max Awards, and will also be able to get a chance to get their account on the Wall of Fame. So it's going to create more interest in our trivia games, in our Burn Arcade games, in our PvP games, in everything that we do. We're going to be able to add this to this site. So as we start to sign up more people, they're going to be able to go on. This is going to be a huge, huge cosmetic draw for people who are gamers. Gamers love this stuff. They love to see stats. They love to see trophies. They love to see awards, and we are absolutely gonna put it up there for them. So this is going to be a permanent part of our culture and everything that we do. All right, and I did absolutely save the best for last, because the thing that I am most proud of in the portal is the character record sheet that we created, and this should be the final version of the character record sheet. So I want you to take a look at this. This to me, love it. I mean, this is what we do. So there's a few additions here that you may or may not notice. I want to go over with you. Number one, you take a look over on the left side, you can see above the warrior, PvP, PvE. So that's going to give you the ability to shift between your PvP gear and your PvE gear. So now you can just click on your Prism gear and bam, upload your stats. You click on PvP, put the items over there. You don't have to change it back and forth. You'll have a permanent template for both. You can also see above the left-hand column says level 2. Down below her, you can see character XP. You guys see everything so far? So now on the back end, after Friday nights or every couple of weeks, we can put in your XP, the admins can, and then it'll change your level and it'll show you a status bar. So it's going to show you how far you have to go to get to the next level. If you take all the 7 columns on the left, all the 7 columns on the right, and then go over to the far right where it says miscellaneous, that gives you 17 different slots. Those 17 slots are going to be the only items that calculate and go in that middle column. Okay? So all of your armor, those 14, then your 3 miscellaneous are your accessories, and that's where it's going to create all that number. You see unequipped stats, that's your health, damage base, armor pen, resist. Then that number below that is going to be all of your stats that are calculated. So here's what you guys are going to be able to do, is how easy this is. How many people see the little export button? Who sees the export button in that middle column? There's a little hyperlink that says export. Okay, so in that middle column, when you have a stat like mend, bleed, ignite, what you're going to do is you're going to type miscellaneous stat notes, and you're going to put mend 10, bleed 5, ignite 10. So all we have to do is calculate our 5 core stats, and then as we roll out new gear that has new abilities, you're just going to type that, you're going to export it, it's going to snap a screenshot, and you're going to forward that to me. So that is going to be your character record sheet. So instead of calculating yourself, all you have to do, click, 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 click. Okay, let me look at this. All right, I got 10 ignite. I'm adding that for kills. I got 10 bleed. I'm adding that. Export, send to me, and you're done. So If there's items you want equipped, you go over to inventory, you scroll, you click on it, or you drag it, and you place it in the slot. You got rings there, drag one of those rings, put them in the rings left-hand column. Drag one of those rings, put them in the rings right-hand column. And we also give you the ability to click on which weapons you want on your character record sheet. So there's 4 weapons right there. There's a little arrow key, so you can arrow over to the 5th. And you can have 3 legendaries and cosmics. You drag those down there. None of those are going to calculate into your stats because the weapons, the legends, are all calculated separately. So you got to pick the 3 accessories that you want over in that miscellaneous, and then the other are there so I can calculate them on the fly. So you guys excited about what we got so far? What this also means, now that the developers have the front end visible, it's much, much easier for them to see, wait a minute. A plus B is not equaling C. So when they work on the back end for us to make it easier for us to enter items, you are going to have a mouse over effect. So you drag your mouse over top of that ring. It's going to pop up. It's going to give you a description, tell you what it does. So it won't be truncated, so you don't get all the description. It is going to take time. It's going to take time for us to enter all of this. I've told you guys, we've hyped this up for a while. We've got over 2,000 items. So you can imagine for us to upload all the pictures. A lot of the items we have do not have pictures because they're upgraded items. So it's going to be several weeks worth of work for us to get everything loaded in there. But we're going to start with the newest first. So all of your current items all have pictures, all the new pets, all the new gear. So the most recent will be uploaded, and then we're just going to go back over time and add, 200 items here, 200 items there, until we get all of the items, all the stats in there. So, good stuff, good stuff. All right. That is what I want to share for you guys before Thanksgiving. I know some of you guys have to go, so let me say this. If I don't talk to you guys tomorrow, I want to wish you, all of your families, obviously we're one big Play Dead Live family, but you guys absolutely enjoy time with family, enjoy awesome, some great food, and we're going to be back here Friday night for the Chess Master event. So I know some people are going to hang out, they're going to check it out, but if you got to go, you got to go. I understand it. This is the All-Star game, but happy Thanksgiving, to me, from me to all of you. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the Bay. I'm just going to put up on the screen, play a little music, and just let you guys absorb it for a minute, and then I'm going to go over just a few of the changes.
Put on a show with me, 'cause it really ain't no biggie. All you gotta do is pose like Vogue inside your phone. Yeah, baby, just roll with it. We'll forget about the long distance. All you gotta do is pose like Vogue inside your phone. What I'm trying to say is pose, baby. Pose, baby. Show me that you miss me inside your phone. Yeah, pose, baby. And this is the vibe, my soul's gonna snap back. And how I know you wanna tap and grind on that cat. To show you how you're missing, how I play a look at you. Fantasize how open your mind, I'm your dream catcher. My eyes sleeping, how you know you got a mean snatcher. It's Star Wars, yeah, I'm about to throw a beam at you. Sexiness, yeah, oh so crazy. Been way too long, yeah, I need you lately. Strobe lights sparkle off your body like baby. 'Cause you know that.
All right, I want to give you guys a real quick peek of some of the things that we're going to implement. So some of the changes, you're not going to just get these airships. These airships are a really big deal. You're going to have to upgrade these airships, and it's going to cost you some Martys. It's going to cost you a little bit. So you'll see what I mean by that. We see Marty hanging around, but you got this biozone right here, and you got this control tower. So that is going to be essential if you want to turn these boats into these airships. And there's going to be a huge, huge bonus with those airships that that you won't be able to get unless. So a couple changes, and we'll get into the battles. So the portal did get a nice little facelift too. So mind, body, and soul. Look at that. A little bit of a change. So this is going to be the new mind, body, and soul. As far as the play structure of that, nothing has changed from the mind, body, and soul. So you can still pull people into the portal. Turns are going to work the same way. Scoring is going to work very similar. Here is what is going to be different. And I'm going to say this a couple times before we get into tonight's match. Home field advantage, there's still a boss net out there. There's still sun in your eyes. There's still, you can take a blue or add a blue. All right, we'll start with Jump the Shark. Okay. Jump the Shark is going to be much, much different. It is going to be something you have to play and have to plan for. If a player jumps the shark, that takes a turn. One turn. On their second turn, they dismount. Now, you guys remember in the past, they weren't able to do anything once they dismounted. Now, on their second turn, they're only not going to be able to attack. That means they can move, they can summon, they can play legendaries, they just can't attack. So I got a feeling Jump the Shark, stealing a blue or stealing a psycho is going to be an almost every game play. In addition, you can jump the shark the final round before halftime, and there's no penalty for it. You can jump the shark if you got somebody leaving at the end of round 2, and there's no penalty in the second half. So let's say Kel is in the bomber position, and she's going to sub out in round 3. She may jump the shark in round 2 and steal a blue from you, and it won't cost her anything in round 3 because she's going to be leaving. So plan accordingly. Somebody will jump the shark. So if it's not you and you wait longer and longer and longer, it very well may be your opponent. So I got a feeling because of fear of missing out, some people will actually do this in round 1 to keep somebody else from doing it in round 2. Make sense? So again, if you plan to stay in, it is going to be round 1 you do it. Well, whatever, not round 1. Whatever round you do it. But in the second round, if you stay in the game, nope, one shark. First come, first serve. One shark, once somebody jumps it, it's gone. Off the board. So if you miss out, you miss out. So I do think it's going to be either a strategy or somebody leaves it there and you're going to take it. All right. Any questions about jumping the shark? It was not used as often as I wanted it used last season. So now we're going to ensure that it is a weapon, that it is something that people will try to do to steal one of your blues, one of your psychos. And you might even see home field advantage where now someone, instead of a boss net, they may come out and say, we're going to take one of your blues away and we're going to jump the shark. So now you only have one blue. That's crazy, right? But no way to prevent it except to take it. You know, like a lot of things in the game, you can always do something before somebody else does it, right? You ever get in one that, how many of you have been in a game and you're like, oh my gosh, they smoked us and they tormented us and they played stasis on us, right? Has anybody ever been one of those games where it's like, seems like you just get bombarded from every way? So you do realize that whatever is done to you, you could have done all that to them first. So that's what's really cool about the game is a lot of times you lose because somebody else beat you to the punch. They did all those cool things and put you on the defensive before you put them on the defensive. Same thing with the temple. The home team can always go last. If you don't like being knocked out of the temple and you don't like the away team getting the final move, don't go first. It's like there's always something that you can do to keep somebody else from doing something. All right, the reason I brought up some of the subtle changes in the game. So you guys pretty excited about Jump the Shark? That now it's going to be a viable planning strategy? All right, Doomsday. You know that you can power up Doomsday. You know there's PvP missiles out there. You can stack them. So not only can you hit somebody for 50%, if you're smart about it, you can 55, 60, 65, 70. I mean, you can load up. So there's just always that fear that you're going to get launched on. So that's going to change the game a little bit as well. But I think the biggest changes in the game are going to be the airship, the squid grid, and shell shocked. All right, so I'm going to start with the easiest of the three. This is already after the game is going on. Everybody, hug your engineers right now. If you got an engineer, give them a big hug and say, we love you, we appreciate you, and thank you for helping us level up these airships. If you don't have an engineer, dust off your cape of Craven and consider an engineer, or think about how you're going to mitigate. All right, here's the way the upgrades work. All right, there are no airships in play. They don't exist right now. You only have boats. The rules of the boats do not change. You can go over steal a boat. If there's not a boat there, the boat cannot be upgraded. All right, so let's be clear with that. You can run over in round one, get their boat out of play, and then you don't have to worry about the upgrade in round one or what happens with an airship. Everybody clear on that? Points don't change. Tanks are still 2 turns, 2 blocks. Snipers are still 1 turn, can't prevent it. But now it's going to get tricky, okay? Let's say these boats are in the dock. This biozone in the middle. All right, Beasley runs into the biozone. She is an engineer. This applies to engineers only. Because she is an engineer, she takes no radiation damage. Free for her to go in that zone. She is immune to the radiation. All right. If she plays Marty, one Marty, and goes into the zone, she can turn this boat into an airship. All right, I'll tell you what the airships do in a minute. Let's talk about how to make them into airships. Once she turns this into an airship, it can only be released by her faction. You can't steal it. You don't have to release it. You can leave it as an airship if you don't get back around to it. And if you don't release it by halftime, it turns into a boat in the second half. Goes back to a boat. If you do release it, once it hits whatever it hits, then the next one becomes a boat again. All right? And you'd have to go upgrade it again. And you'd have to spend another Marty. Okay. Now let's say this team over here, busy. We're going to hide you for a minute. This other team does not have an engineer, unfortunately. But Julia says, you know what? We need a blimp. We need an airship. So Julia runs in here. Julia is not an engineer. She takes 20% radiation damage. And she has to play 2 Martys. So in round 1, she can, look, engineers and the other classes can still attack. Marty's doing your work for you. So when Sheila went in here last turn, she moves. Her pet is Marty, and she can attack. All right, Julia can move into the biozone. She plays Marty in this turn. She can still attack. She takes 20% damage. But her next round, at the start of that turn, she takes another 20% damage and has to use a second Marty. She can still attack. She can move out of the zone so she doesn't take it a third round. She can move here to the temple if she wants. But because she's not an engineer, it cost her 2 Martys. 2 rounds she can't play a pet. Now, you may be able to work that into everything. There may be a couple of rounds that you don't. Let me also say this. If you have a boss out, Marty is free for you. So it doesn't cost you a pet. 2 Martys per game. But it doesn't cost her a pet. So for example, she could say, I'm going to play boss. She plays boss. Next turn, she's like, look, I can't get a pet out anyway. Let me go into this zone and I'll play Marty. Take 20% damage. Non-preventable. Then the next round, she takes another 20%. She's at 60%. She uses Marty. She says, I'm getting the hell out of here. She moves wherever. Both Martys are used. This boat now becomes a blimp. Nobody can release it except that team. Marty doesn't matter. It's not a question of whether who's playing it. It is going to come out of that person's inventory. So you're going to want to have a couple Martys, obviously. So if Julia's the person or Tam, whoever decides to go into that zone, they're going to burn both their Martys. Now again, here's the drawback. One, having an engineer is really cool. Number two, you can always Cape of Craven into an engineer and there's no penalty. But if you don't have an engineer and your engineers are not doing this, it's not going to cost you 2 attacks. You can attack from that zone. It's going to cost you 2 pet plays. So you can't play a pet in 1 round because you're playing Marty. But Marty doesn't count against your pet usage. Marty is like Tang. If you've already got a pet out, you can play Marty. Okay? But the other disadvantage is you're going to take 40% damage. Now, that ain't going to kill you. But if you're the other team, and let's say it's not Beasley, let's say it's Bonnie. Bonnie says, hey, I got to go change this boat. And Bonnie's the visiting team. Round number 1, Bonnie goes over here. Boom, 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 boom. She takes 20%. She plays Marty. She knows she's going to be in there for at least 1 more round. Then round 2 comes along. She moves out. Her pet play is Marty. She attacks. She's at 60%. Jason's like, oh, I'm going to doomsday you because you're at 60%. Now I got you down to 10%. So it's a risky play, losing 40%, no doubt about it. So A, be an engineer. B, have an engineer. C, turn into an engineer. Or D, have a strategy of how and when you're going to play this and how you're going to heal yourself. Yes, melts the seal. It is like Mount Fury. And actually, I'm gonna make a change to this. I am going to say that cooldowns prevent the 20% damage. I don't think a lot of people are going to use them, but the more I think about it, I was on the fence with this, and now I think about it a little bit more. If someone uses a prevention, then we'll prevent the 20% damage. Seals will not prevent it, but preventions will prevent it. I don't know there's going to be that much difference because, look, a prevention is a big deal, but it might be. So we're going to say that if you're not an engineer, you're going to take the 20% damage unless a class prevention prevents it. All right. So here's the value of those blimps. How many people have ever released a boat in the DZ, or your team released a boat, and you're thinking like, man, I wished we had another boat that we could release, or now we got to wait till the second half to release that other boat, right? So the airship is going to double the effect of the boat. What I mean by that is, it's not just doubling the firepower. It's going to happen twice. So for example, if you're a sniper and you typically take one block unpreventable, this is what's going to happen. Sniper releases airship, takes a block that turn, resets. Next turn, takes another block unpreventable. It's going to happen double, which means it's going to hit, or you got to stop it twice. A class like Warrior gets rid of 3 blocks. Imagine a Warrior. You got a Warrior sitting in the DZ, and you set up this engineering Warrior combo. Engineer goes in, turns your boat into a blimp. Warrior releases it. 3 blocks. Resets next turn. 3 blocks. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is a lot of things to plan for. Some are going to take longer, right? Some you might not be able to get 2 airships, because you have a priest release it, then a priest is going to go damage, heal, damage, heal. A priest is going to be 4 moves. It's going to take 4 rounds. So then the next, when it respawns, you might just say, okay, just release the boat. So what this is going to do is really, really savvy planners are going to figure out a way to get the airships in play, or they're going to figure out a way to get those boats released so a team that typically plays an airship game can't do what they need to do, right? You see a couple engineers on another team and you know they're planning something. One of your moves is going to be, well, let me get over and release their boat. So it's going to force the hand a little bit. And the key is you can't plan for everything. You can't plan for the temple. You can't plan for boats. You can't plan for bosses. You can't plan for PvP. Because it's about to get a whole lot crazier. All right. Everybody with me so far? It would not. It would not prevent the damage from the biozone. Okay. Mind, body, and soul can only be activated this season in round 1 or round 2. So if you're going to take somebody into the portal, it's going to be the first 2 rounds. Most of the portal plays were in the first 2 rounds anyway. So, not a huge change. I think we might have had 1 in round 4, but for the most part, it's a strategy to drag somebody into the portal. And I do think the portal is going to be a little less scary. I still think we're going to see it a lot, and it should be played if you're good at it. But there's something else. And it is the squid grid. And it is shell shocked. Stasis still going to be a big play. All right. Who has their notebooks ready? Because this is complicated. It's the most complicated change that we've made into the game. All right, you guys still listening? Give me a 999. I want to make sure we got people paying attention to this and they're not cooking right now. This is the biggest change, and it's something you're going to have to think about for home field advantage. All right, this is not a home field advantage decision. You're going to pick boss net. You're going to pick sun in their eyes. You're going to pick one additional blue or one less blue. But in addition to that, you must choose one of two options. As the home team, you are going to choose the squid grid or shell shocked. All right? Now, if you choose squid grid, the games begin in round 3. Okay? So imagine you're the home team right now. Everybody here, pretend you're at home. And you're going to pick squid or shell. Got to choose one. In round 3, it's not as cool as Bye Felicia, but I'm going to probably let the games begin or something. Maybe I'll come with something more cool. But in round 3, if you're the home team and you chose squid, you can kill the squid and there is no squid grid. Okay? You can choose it to keep it from being played. Everybody got that so far. You can choose that. You don't have to. And if all of you guys do me a favor, just make sure you're paying super, super attention to this. This is the most important thing that we're going to talk about tonight. So you can choose it, and in round number 3, you don't have to decide at the beginning of the game. And in fact, you don't want to decide at the beginning of the game whether you're going to kill it or not. Because you may lose the portal, and you may have to play the squid grid. So when I ask for pre-match buffs, you're going to let me know squid or shell. Everybody got that. Home team only. Give me a 999 if you understand. You have to pick squid or shell. And it will not start until round 3. All right. If you pick squid, you can play squid games. If you play squid games, your opponent automatically must play the shell game. No choice. So you would play squid game against them in round 3, and in round 4, they would only be the only faction to play the shell game. You don't get the chance to play that. There's some benefits and some negatives. If you kill the squid in round 3, in round 4, you both will get the chance to play the shell game. All right? If you choose the shell game in round 3 as the home team, you are the only team that gets to play the shell game. But in round 4, you must play the squid game against your opponent, and they get the advantage, which is going to be a few more seconds. I'm going to explain both games in a minute, but before we explain both games, I want you to understand the choices. I'm going to go over it one more time. Don't worry about the games yet. We'll get to that. All right. There's only about 4 options here. Home team. You choose squid or shell. If you choose squid, they get the shell. And in round 3, you can play squid games, and you're the only one to initiate it. They can't retaliate, but they have to play. And then once you play in round 3 and round 4, they're the only one to play the shell game. If you kill the squid, nobody plays squid games. And in round 4, you both play the shell game. If you choose shell, you play the shell game by yourself. And in round 4, they get to pick which player they play and who they're playing against from your team. So the advantage goes to the away team for squid games. And somebody very well could die. All right. If you understand all of that cycle, give me a 999. If you don't, ask me your question. Right now, we're just talking about what you can and cannot choose. All right. So you choose the squid. In round 3, you're either going to play it or you're going to kill him. Now, you guys remember Danger the cat, right? You can play. This is the advantage for the home team and even the visiting team. Doesn't take a turn. You just announce it. There's no penalty to it whatsoever. Danger the cat is going to cover up some of your screen when you play the squid grid. He's going to make it much, much more difficult for you to find the things that you need to find. Danger is going to be a big play. Now, if you don't kill the squid, at the beginning of your turn, so if you don't tell me at the beginning of your turn we're killing the squid, you have to play squid games during that round 3. Somebody has to activate it. That is your turn. You've chosen it. You think you're going to win it. You're going to go after a kill. It's going to cost you a turn. Doesn't have to be the first player, but it has to be one of your 5 players has to activate it. So you get to round 3, and somebody will say, kill the squid. It's off the board. Or somebody's going to say, they're not going to say anything. So your first player, your second player, your third player, somebody could say, all right, I'm activating the squid grid. Let's say Craven's number 3. Or let's say Dimes. Dimes is number 3. She's going to activate the squid grid, and she's going to say, I want Craven. That means each player is going to be given a grid. Now, because Tammy activated as the home team, she's going to have 20 seconds and a fairly easy grid. The other person is going to have 15 seconds and a hard grid. If both players solve the puzzle, they both live. Nothing happened. If one player solves the puzzle and the other one doesn't, that player dies. And if both players don't solve the puzzle, both players die. It's not preventable. So you, as the home team, are going to be given a 5-second advantage, an easier map, and the opportunity to score a couple hundred points. No. The squid grid is not preventable. Once that team designates that they have it, there's nothing that's going to prevent them from playing the minigame. Nothing. So, if that player is Dimes and Dimes says, I'm going to activate the squid grid and I want Trigger, then they're each going to be given the opportunity. Now, this will probably be faction assisted, but the person chosen is going to type it. And if there is a mistake, it is a fail. So if you have fat fingers or you can't get these digits right, I'm sorry. The strategy is going to be, nope. It's going to be whoever dies stays in the game, they res and restore, and the other team just gets the 200 points for the kill. Whoever goes in to the grid with them gets credit for the killing blow. We're going to do a squid grid in a little bit, because it's going to be a lot of fun. And some people are going to want to do it. Some people are not going to want to do it. And some people are going to be forced to do it. I really like the combination between the shell game and the squid grid, because it gives you the choice of being aggressive. It gives you the choice of, if you're way ahead, you can just kill it and don't have to worry about it. What do you mean, 1 turn or 2 turns? It's not even, it's whoever activates it, it's just that turn. So it's round 3. All right, here, let me play this out for you guys a little bit. All right, round 3. This is the home team. And let's go in order. Let's say Jason goes first, Julia second, Dimes third, Valar fourth, and we got Amanda over here as a rover. All right, so she's 5. All right, so round 3. I say home team. We're not killing the squid. All right, so that automatically means that sometime this round, there is going to be a squid game, and it also means in round 4, this team will have a shell game by themselves. All right, so Jason goes first. He doesn't activate it. Clock's ticking. Julia goes second. She doesn't activate it. Amanda goes. She doesn't activate it. Tammy doesn't activate it. Valar doesn't. She didn't activate it. Now, Valar would have to play it by herself. So people are always going to activate it, believe me, because then only you could die. So you never want to be stuck with a Squid Game, because that defeats the whole purpose of having it in the first place. You're either going to kill it or one of your 5 players is going to activate it. All right, so let's say common sense prevails, and we get down to player number 2, and Julia's like, I want to do it. I'm like, okay, go for it. Julia says, I'm going to Squid Grid, and I'm going to pull Kel. All right. So we're going to go in, and Kel is going to go through the Squid Grid. 15 seconds. And if she doesn't solve it in 15 seconds before the screen blacks out, she dies. But Julia's still got to solve hers. But Julia has 20 seconds, which can be an eternity. And a much, much easier grid. Less items, less confusion. But if Julia fails, she dies too. Both players die. It's even money. You only lost a turn. But if Julia is good at it, she's a game master, and the other player is not, then Julia has a chance to flip 200 points and get a killing blow. So it's a mini game. It's going to take 20 seconds max, and you got a chance to kill your opponent. And it can be 100%. You don't have to go after opponents 50%. So then Kel has to res and restore. She stays in the game. No changes to substitutes, nothing. And then at the end of Julia's turn, we go to the next person from the other team. We go back, we go back, we go back. We get to round 4. We're going to kick off Shell Shocked. Jason would play his turn. And at the start of their turn, we're going to put up a mini game that has nothing to do with the battle on the field. It is going to be a game of concentration. It's going to go like this. Kel, being the first player, is going to pick 2 shells. If she picks 2 eels, she dies. I love it. I love it. Non-preventable. So you don't want to match 2 eels. If she picks 1 eel, Shell Shocked is over. She loses. And she loses 50% of her health. Which still could be painful. Imagine a Shell Shock and a Doomsday. Or she flips over a blue and a Psycho. Her team will note where those 2 items were. Then we go back to the playing field. And then the second person to go may be Cravenlight. At the start of Cravenlight's turn, he goes back into her Shell Shock. And he can say, look, I know where the blue's at, I know where the Psycho's at. Maybe I want one of those 2 items. So then he picks the blue and he picks another one. The other one is a eel. He takes 50% and the game is over. So once there's an eel that is exposed, nobody else gets to play. But let's say he flips over 2 blues. He knew where the first blue was, and he flips over a second one. Now his team gets a bonus blue. So think about this. Cravenlight says, we're going to steal one of their blues as home field advantage. We're going to jump the shark, and then we're going to play Shell Shocked. Now we got 4 blues and you got 1. Pretty crazy, right? Or he matches 2 Psychos and he gets a bonus Psycho. Or he matches 2 blocks and he gets 2 blocks. So, and he doesn't have to match it. Kel could find a block and a psycho. Then Craven could find the other block and a blue. Well, then the third person is going to know where the 2 blocks are. Now, they could automatically take the 2 blocks they have, or they can say, you know what, we don't really need the 2 blocks. We're going to gamble because we're up in the black blocks and we don't really want to take those 2. And I know where one of the blues is. Let's gamble and try to find the other blue. So it's going to be a whole team until you either find an eel and take 50%, hit 2 eels and die, or find a match, or get to the end of the round, which would probably be almost impossible to go through 5 players with 8 shells, but unless some people just pick the same thing over and over again. I guess it's possible. All right. So let's go back to shell shocked. If the home team, and you might say, like, wait a minute, I'm going to be the home team. I'm going to take shell shocked. Not so fast. Because if you choose shell shocked, they get the squid. So that means in round 3, yes, you do get to do the concentration battle, and they don't get it at all. They don't even get a shot at it. But in round 4, they can't kill the squid. There has to be a squid game. But they get the advantage. They get the easier grid, and they get more time. Which means you could get the shell, but you might die in squid games. So that's a tough call. But they wouldn't get the shell game. If you kill the squid, you'll both get your own individual shell game opportunity. So I think some people are going to kill the squid because they want to be safe. Some people are going to play the squid because they want to win and they want to play aggressive. And some people are going to want to play the shell game. So if you start shell shocked and you flip 2 eels, you're going to die. If you flip 1 eel and something else, you live, but you take 50%. If you flip 2 of something else, then you're okay. Then you got the first part of a match. All right. I think that covers. Now again, Portal, round 1 and round 2. Portal can still be closed by Cosmic Void. Mini games, round 3 and round 4. A lot of the other stuff, the same. All right. I'm going to leave those out here for now. Okay. It does. When you die, they get points. Yes. Dead. Points go to the other team. DZ has not changed. You still score from the DZ. All right, who is ready? Mount Fury is still the same. No changes to Mount Fury. Take 25%, you deal 33% more damage. All right, you guys ready to play a little bit? Let's play a round or two. All right, so here's what we're going to do. The team on the right is the home team. The order is going to be top to bottom. Team on the left is the visiting team. So it is going to go Jason, Kel, Julia, Craven, Dimes, B-Dub, Valar, and Trigger. Again, Jason, Kel, Julia, Craven, Dimes, B-Dub, Valar, and Trigger. Jason, Julia, Dimes, and Valar. I'm going to let you guys pick. I'm going to give you Boss Net, Squid, or Shell. Your choice. Stats are going to be improvised, so it'll be a very rough approximation. All right. Squid or Shell, guys? And I don't know who all is available to play, but if you guys want to get in around, let me know. I know Jim is driving. Jim, if you want to get in, certainly, jump in anytime. We want to get everybody playing. These were the first people that responded. But a big, big shout out to all of y'all. Everybody's here tonight is going to get the All-Star Trophy. So that will go in your portal. You guys saw the portal earlier. So we'll get everybody a couple hits in. Moon says they're going to take the Squid. Now, this is what this means. Very simple. So this simply means in round 3, Moon has the option to kill the Squid and both teams play the Shell game, or to play the Squid game with an advantage, and in round 4, Kel, Craven, B-Dub, and Trigger will be the only team to play the Shell game in round 4. All right? Very easy once we kind of walk through it. All right, Moonshot. Your move. Let's start out the game. Good luck. Everybody be ready because we're going to bring subs in quick. Moon, Kel, Julia, Craven, Dimes, B-Dub, Valar, and Trigger. Not Valar. We're going to keep this simple. We're going top to bottom. See, Valar, you're on the bottom. That means you don't go first. All right. Moon is going to DZ portal and steal the boat. Keep it from becoming an airship. All right, that means he's going to steal Trigger's boat. It's going to come over here. So he's going to take a black block. All the engineers are like, boo. he just ruined your fun, engineers. So a nice 5-point move for Moonshot. All right, let's go to Kel. Kel, your move. She's like, thank you for leaving Main Street open. Appreciate that. All right. Kel going to head over to the temple. Going to play Seal and Thrill. Boss to Main Street. F5 Geddon loaded to the wall. Moon, Julia, Dimes, and Villar. Hits. Moon says it hits. Black, green, and green for Kel. All right, let's go over to Julia. Julia, your move. Kel played boss in round 1. He'll cap in 3. Moon's like, I don't care about getting a boss on Main Street. I just want to piss off the engineers so they can't turn into an airship. But this is what you guys are going to see, right? You're going to see these strategies sort of mix it up a little bit. All right, we go to Julia and then Craven. All right. Julia's going to go to the biozone. All right. You also have to summon Marty. So you're going to have to announce that Marty's your pet. Now, Julia, you can also attack. So you can seal. You have to play Marty. And you still get an attack. All right. So Julia playing Marty. And she's going to go M7 Kata loaded. No. Marty's consumed. Marty's used. All right, Craven's going to play red-blue. Going to stop Julia's attack. So Julia is at 80% from Toxic. Uses Marty on this round. And Craven shuts it down. All right, let's go over to Craven. Craven, your move. All right. So you can steal Marty from a person. It's not going to change her allotment. So taking the Marty from that person, Julia could still play Marty in the second round. So certainly you can steal the one from Tammy. Tammy, you have no ability to use Marty. He's going to go boss to their chest. So it's going to hit the boss net. Played in 1, will cap in 4. And he is going to stun bomb. All right. So, Jason, you realize you just messed up Julia's attempt to upgrade the boat, right? It's like, dude, you're not off to a good start here with your team. The whole purpose she went to the biozone is to upgrade the boat for you. But now you got no Martys. All right, so Jason plays Marty, which means there is no second one for Julia to use to upgrade to an airship. It counts when you use it. It doesn't count when they steal it. You just used one. He stole the one from her. You played one. Okay. You know what? This is good, though. It's good that you guys get these out. Sorry, Julia, you took damage for no reason. All right, but Tammy's not stunned. So Craven steals Dimes Marty, balls to their chest, and stun bomb. All right, Valar need to head out. Oh, let's put an engineer in the game. Aha. She still doesn't have a Marty, though. You're right. All right. So Craven was going to stun. Jason saves a stun. Dimes, you're up. All right, she's going to send Stasis over to Bonnie. Seal and S6 Cata to the wall. All right. Kill, Bonnie, Craven, Trigger. Anything for the S6 Cata? Hits. Oh, not that one. Let's go green. Green and blue. All right, let's go from Dimes to B-Dub. B-Dub, your move. No, you have no Martys. Julia used one to start the airship, and you used the second one. Jason, on a scale of 1 to Cheech and Chong, how high are you right now? Just asking for a friend. Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Where are you at, B-Dub? We got B-Dub, Valar, or B-Dub, Busy, and Trigger. All right. Let's get Samurai. Oh, that's not Samurai. All right, let's go. Riley, you have Stasis. Again, these are all walkthroughs. So get a few rounds in so you guys can see the different elements. Give you a little taste of how gameplay is going to go. We're going to do this again Saturday night. So Saturday night, we've given the explanation, so we'll play a few more rounds on Saturday. And while we're waiting for Samurai, I didn't show you guys this earlier. Do me a favor, write these down. These are the first 6 games of the season, and it is a, wait for it, everybody. Everybody will have a chance at the record this year. It is a 15-game season, which means you will each play your normal 12, and you're going to have 3 neutral field games. 3 neutral field games are going to be huge. So we got Sly at Vox, Arc at Mirror, Vox at Arc, Mirror at Sly, Sly at Arc, and Mirror at Vox. Those are the first 6 games of the season. Everybody got it? Got it screenshotted? Good? All right. Now, you guys think somebody will beat that 9 games? How many people think the 9-win season will be broken? Thanks, Animal. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. All right, Riley heading over to the temple. Orange Crush Stasis, and then Stasis to Busy Bee. All right. Moon, Julia Dimes, and Busy. Orange Crush to Stasis. Does it hit? All right, Moon's going to play gold blue. First blue of the game. Riley Stasis will stay, and she does have control of the temple. All right, let's go to Busy Bee. Busy Bee the Bomber. All right, Cape of Craven. Steel Trigger's Boss. Very good. She's going to Orange Crush Stasis and drop a seal. It hits. All right. Busy, you got no stasis, by the way, because it was never played. That's why Craven said it hits. Yeah, Riley didn't kill hers, which means she couldn't play it on you. All right. But you managed to steal a boss. Trigger. You're up. All right, she's going to DZ the portal and steal the boat, which would have been super important if they wouldn't have wasted their Marty. All right, both boats are out of play. All right, let's go to round number 2. Let's get Shaman Sheila is going to come in for Kel. And we're going to leave her in the temple with the seal. Cat is going to come in for Craven. Animal going to come in for Samurai. Going to keep stasis. Where is... Crimson is going to come in for Trigger. And we'll leave her in the DZ for now. All right, Father Ron coming in for Moon. All right, who else is here that wants to get in? Because I don't know who all's in the stream, so if you're here and you haven't been in the game and you want to jump in for a round or two, all right, let's go ahead to round number 2. So we'll start with Ron, Sheila, Julia, Cat, Dimes, Animal, Busy, and Crimson. And then we'll get some other people in a little bit. All right, so let's start with Father Ron. All right, Ron's going to jump the shark. I love it. Going to jump the shark and take that blue out of play. And the only penalty is he can't attack next turn, but both the sharks are now out of play. All right, let's go to Shaman Sheila. Sheila, you're up. And because the boats have been released, Sheila can't turn anything into an airship. So you guys can see how they are going to take snipers out or take engineers out of play, but That's fine because they're already capping bosses. All right, she's going to summon Diddy. We'll make Diddy a crab right now. S8 Kata to the wall. So Crimson Dimes, Julia, Busy, Jason. S8 Kata from Shaman Sheila. Hits. All right, S8 Kata, Sheila doing some damage here. Blue, 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 and red for Shaman Sheila. All right, let's go to Julia. Julia, you can now move out of the biozone. You will lose your seal, and you are at 60%. Hey, Julia. Julia, delete your move. Oh, never mind, never mind. Yes. Never mind. Go ahead and do it. To answer your question, yes, you could have, but not you. That makes sense? All right, go ahead. All right, she's going to go gold Tupac. Seal and Heal and Whiskey. All right, Seal and Heal, all good. Gold Tupac as well. Man, we already got the creativity going. I love it. All right, so Julia doing a little bit of heal. Kat, your move. So, what do you guys think about Busy Bee's artwork? You guys think not bad, right? So I am going to, in fairness, I'm going to ask Busy to make some banners for Mir as well, for Mir's home field. So anyone that wins a championship, you're going to get one of these flags. So we're going to get some created for Mir, for the Asylum, for the farm, for Crimson Catacomb, for the jungle. And then whoever wins the Bay is going to, get another one of these. So you guys get some nice decorations. You get some nice bling on your home field. So you really start to customize that home field every season. So every time we have a new season, I'm just going to put a few more banners up for everybody. All right, Cat's going to go to the temple. Going to go Gold Stang. Seal Smoke and Cata. Obviously, with less players on the field, we play Monday. It's going to be a little bit more organized, but you get a really, really good feel for the environment and your home field. And, of course, we're playing at Arc tonight, the champs. So just wanted you guys to see kind of what they got going on. All right. S6 Cata loaded to the wall. Moon, does it hit? All right, hits. Let's give Cat double red. All right, let's go from Cat to Deadly Dimes. Dimes, you're up. Dime's going to send Boss over to their chest. A little dust over to Sheila. These playtests also help me to decide, do we need a third Marty maybe? Do we got all the icons on the map? So it is possible that we will add a third Marty. I'm going to give it a little bit of thought. It might just be too easy to take two out of play. So if we want to have airships potential in the first round and the second round, 3 Martys might be the way to go. I'll let you guys know on Saturday. No, I think it's going to be, even if somebody, Craven, Capes of Craven, if you have 3, you could have somebody go in as an alt class and play 2, and then you could have an engineer go in and play 1. So it would still give you the opportunity for 2. If you only have 2, the only way that you're going to be able to use both airships is to have 2 engineers. So I think 3 kind of makes sense, because even if you have 2 engineers, you're probably not going to be able to get both engineers to play them. So in most cases, it's going to be an engineer and a non-engineer that is going to set that in motion. So I think 3 makes a little bit more sense, but I'll think about it, and then we'll make a decision on that on Saturday. So M7 Kata is going to be evoked. So Dime's going to get double blue. Pirate will not affect the airship, but it will affect the boat. So if you played Pirate while it was a boat, Pirate would have to be killed. Correct. It can still be upgraded, but Pirate would have to be killed. Once it's an airship, Pirate can't board the airship. It'd have to be played while it's a boat. Because once it's an airship, it's flying. So Pirate can't get to it. But if Pirate is in it when it's a boat, he would already be in it. Gump. Yeah, Gump could be stacked. Gump is Gump is your item, so Gump is kind of neat. But yeah, you could stack Gumps. But it would only be on the first detonation, not on the second. So once Gump hits, when the airship resets, you wouldn't get the benefit of it a second time. All right, let's go to Animal. Animal, you're up. And Joe, you got stasis on you. You inherited stasis from Samurai. And team left side got 1 ring in round number 1. All right, you're going to heal and seal. And S6 Terminator to the wall. All right, let's give him the Terminator and finish off that first wall. One block to 0. All right, let's go to Busy and then Crimson. Gold Rocky, Pet Repel, and E3 loaded. Here, he'll be Rocky. A little bit of Pet Repel. And E3 Nebula. Okay, there you go. All right. Joe, you going to use that second charge of Evoke before you leave the game? Craven says, nope. Take it to the bench with you. Red block for Busy. All right. Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide is on team left side, but she is on the right side because Trigger went over into DZ. Crimson, your move. Going to seal Red Paul. All right, seal Red Paul Julia. Going to break her seal. Oh, Ron uses the eye ring. All right, there you go. All right. Seal, Red Paul. Julia avoids it because of Ron's eye ring. And Gold Psycho is going to be used. And that's going to go back at Crimson. It's going to hit her for 20. All right, and that's the end of round number 2. Round number 2, team left side with a second blessing. The other cool thing about playtesting is you can see where the scoreboard is, you see where the rings are, where your bosses are, where your blues go, where your Martys go, you know, all of those things, if you have Martys. All right. Ron jumped the shark. So Ron is, real quick, who is here that has not gotten in the game? Give me a quick 999. Airships cannot be destroyed because they're too high up. Can't reach them. All right. We're going to leave this group in one more round, and then we'll flip it back to the final round. So we'll get 4 in. All right. So we got Team Moonshot, Ron, Squid Grid. Going to play it this round, or are you going to kill it? All right, they are going to play it. Any of the 4 players out there can play it. I'm going to leave 4 people in. Normally, third round, we'd go to 5. But I'm going to leave 4 just to speed it up a little bit more. But you guys know the subs would come in. Nothing's changed with that. All right, at some point, they are going to play it. Can be any one of the players. This is where you would strategize. Nobody can take it away from you. It doesn't have to be the first, doesn't have to be the second. It's whoever is going to be the best at doing it. All right? But that also means in round 4 that team left side is going to be the only team that's going to have a shot at the shell game. Shell shocked. All right, so we're going to keep the same lineup in. Ron, you are off. the shark. All right, Ron wants to take Crimson to Squid Games. All right, this is where your faction. All right, now here's the thing. You don't leave your zone. Crimson stays in the DZ. Ron stays in the DZ. But because Ron is the aggressor, Ron is going to get the easier path. Crimson is going to get the much tougher path. And this is hard. All right. Everybody close your eyes for a second because I'm not sure which is which. All right. Now I know which is which. Okay. All right, Crimson. Here's the way this works. It's a grid from left to right. The top three are 1, 2, 3. Then you got 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to give you 4 items. And in 15 seconds, I just need you to give me the 4 numbers that those items are in. So if I say basketball, football, hockey stick, hat, then I need them in that order. So if the basketball is in 6, you're going to give me 6, 1, 3, 4. All you have to type is 4 numbers in 15 seconds. If you do not type 4 numbers in the exact sequence in 15 seconds, you will die. Not preventable. So, Crimson, if you're ready, give me a 999. And I need those 4 digits as time expires. All right. Skates, squid, crown, and lion. Skates, squid, crown, and lion. You got 15 seconds. To give me the 4 digits. All right, time is up. What do you got? All right. No answer. It's got to be before it turns red, before we go back to this map. Once I go back to this map, time is up. That is the 15-second challenge. So we would have had our first Squid Game death of the match. Now, don't worry. Might have been right, but there's an extra digit in there. 1, it's late, right? Number 2, there's 5 digits. So it's going to be tough, especially if you don't have the extra seconds. Now, I'm going to show you why you might want to be the aggressor. And hold off, I'll get to Crimson in a minute. So basically, Crimson just died. Now, Ron, you're going to have 20 seconds and a different grid. So, Ron, if you're ready, give me a 999. All right, Ron, butterfly, squid, horseshoe, and eagle. Butterfly, squid, horseshoe, and eagle. And of course, you're going to be on a different map. Here you go. All right, I need digits. If I don't get it before it turns back, he loses. All right. He had 5 extra seconds. Once we get back to this map on your screen, if those digits are not down there, Ron dies. Who knows the numbers? All right, Craven says 5463. Now, if Crimson would have had a few more seconds, all right, so basically, Squid Grid, both teams died. So we're going to go back to Crimson. Crimson actually almost had it right, but she double clicked. So Squid Grid, you see the timer up there. She had 46112. So the skates were in 4. She got that right. The squid was in 6. The crown was in 1. That's where she double typed. And the lion was in 2. So had she had 20 seconds, I think she would have gotten it. So that shows you the extra 5 seconds, how valuable that's going to be, and how you're going to have games masters that are really good at this. This is going to be a strategy. All right, let's go to Ron. Ron was a different map. He seemed a little lost from the start. But Ron would have been butterflies in 5. Squid was in 4. Horseshoe was in 6. And the eagle was in 2. I think Craven said 3 because he saw the bird, but the eagle was right there. All right, so danger, depending on how many dangers are played, danger is going to randomly cover spots on the map. So let's say your team played 4 dangers. Probably be something like this. Now, it may help you, it may not help you. Again, it's going to be random spots on the map. So it could cover something, which means you'd need to do deductive reasoning. Or it may just be a deterrent. It may just bother you that it's up there and you think it's behind something. So your eyes are going to play tricks on you a little bit. Now, again, you're going to have some people that are really good at this. You're going to have some people that might not be, and you're going to have some factions that find out ways to really jump in there. The problem's going to be in factions. Some people are going to say like 4623. No. And somebody's going to say like 4611. And then By that point, it's too late. So it really is going to test your mental acumen. I mean, it's going to be a neat part of the game. And depending on what happens early on is going to decide whether or not you want to kill the squid, because you have the option not to do this. So you can use it as a tool if you think that you got the right lineup to do that. You can get rid of it to use it as a tool. But because Moon's team used it, both teams had a death. So let's go to the scoreboard, show you how this is going to work out, just so you get a feel for it. That would be one skull and one skull. Now, can you see a way that you give them 15 seconds and they die, and you do it in 20 seconds and you get a free 200 points in less than a minute? So that's game changing. So how your planning goes into play is going to be a big part of that. Now, we're going to fast forward, because I don't want to keep you guys all night, and I really appreciate you guys spending time with us tonight. But I do want to show you Shell Shock. Is everybody good with Squid Grid? Squid Grid, I can't say it. Everybody understand how the concept works? All right. Now, if they would have killed the squid, both teams would be doing what I'm about to do in round 4. But because they didn't, you're going to love this too. So now the squid is out of play. We go to round 4. Now in round 4, we would start out with Father Ron. So Ron is the home team. He would do whatever he's going to do. You know, the bosses are going to cap wherever they cap. The points are going to go in. So you guys can see already, team left side, they're going to be a little bit ahead. They're ahead in blocks. They got a couple bosses that are going to cap this round. And team right side, they're a little behind on the walls. They got Ron jumped the sharks. They would have lost to blue, but they would cap this one. All right. So Ron would get his normal move in. So Ron's going to go. And then we're going to go to Shaman Sheila. So Sheila, if you're ready, give me a 999. Remember, this is going to alternate. Now, the other team right side, you guys need to pay attention to this, because if Sheila gets 2 eels, she dies. If she gets 1, she's going to be down 50%. So if she gets an eel, then somebody might jump in and hit her with a doomsday. All right, Sheila, so this would be your grid. This is shell shocked. So Sheila, you can't pick number 5 because number 5 is blocked out. Give me a number 1 to 9. Give me another number 1 to 9. All right, now what she's trying to do is match 2 things that are not eels. No one. So Sheila, give me that second number. All right, 6 and 9. Up. Okay. All right. Sheila picked an eel. So at a minimum, the game is over and she'll take 50%. Now, if the next one is an eel, she's going to die. So now the other team is already thinking, look, if she gets the second one, she's out. And if she doesn't, well, we might doomsday her. That's how it's going to play out. All right, here's the second one. All right. Would have been 2 blocks. So if that had not been an eel, their team at least knows where 2 blocks are. And they'd know what to avoid. All right, so that would end the shell shot game. And we'd go back to the map. Sheila's going to be sitting at 50%. Now, then we go to Julia. Julia, if they don't have any cooldowns, what's your next move? Or even if you want them to burn a cooldown, what is your next move? All right, so Julia, going to jump over here and go to Doomsday and fire at Sheila. And if they don't have Cat's Prevention or they don't have whoever's on that team, Crimson or Cat could either mitigate it. So if they don't, she's going to die. So now you can already see that team right side made a good choice because A, they had the squid game advantage, and B, the shell game flipped on them. All right, so let's say, for example, Sheila did not pick 6. So we know number 9 is 2 blocks. All right, so let's go to Cat. So Cat, obviously don't pick 6, but you know 9 is 2 blocks. Now, here's Cat's strategy. She can do a couple things here. She can say, look, I know 9 is 2 blocks, so I'm going to pick 9 and something else, but wait a minute. There's a black block and a green block. I don't really need those 2 cheap blocks. So maybe she doesn't even want to pick 9 at all. She might want to gamble and say, I want to find out where the blues are. So, Cat, give me your picks. Either pick 9 and something else, or pick 2 fresh numbers, knowing that there could be another eel lurking out there. And again, this will go on at the start of each person's turn. So it's not going to bog down the game. It's going to be pretty fast. It's like, all right, Sheila, it's your turn. Pick 2 numbers. Boom, boom. All right, let's go to the next person. Get your attack in. All right, then we come back to Cat. Cat, it's your turn. Get your moves in. So I know as we're going through it, it seems like, hey, there's a lot of extra stuff there. But a lot of these things we've added are literally 1 minute. All right, so Cat's going to pick 1 and 9. So she already saw 9, so she knows it's 2 blocks. So she's really trying to match the blocks at this point. So we'll show her 9, 2 blocks, and we go to number 1, and it would be a blue. So now we know where a blue is, and we know where a block is. So it gives you options of what you want to try to match. All right, so now you know 1 and 9. We would go to Dimes would get her move in. Nothing was shell-shocked. So Dimes may go to the temple. She may hit a wall. She's going to do whatever she's going to do. Let's go to Animal. So animal, you know number 1 is a blue. You know number 9 is 2 blocks. Go ahead and pick your numbers. So at the start of Joe's turn, remember this is only one team. Now, if team right side would have killed squid, left side would have their own shell shocked and right side would have their own shell shocked as well. Doesn't mean you're going to be successful. Could mean that you die. But there's probably less odds of dying in this game than there are in the squid grid. Squid grid is going to be high pressure. But there's so many ways to get points and to deal damage that loss, that death is just going to be one of probably many. All right, we might have lost animal. Crimson, give me 2 numbers. You know what 1 is. You know what 9 is. Go for one of those 2 matches or go for 2 random numbers. Animal's going 3. Animal, you can't pick 6. you know 6 is the eel. All right, I'm going to give him 3 and 6. Show you guys what would have happened. 3 would have been Psycho. 6, he would have taken 50%. All right. So Crimson, you know what 1, 3, 6, and 9 are. So Crimson, give me 2 numbers. And you know, at this point, it depends. Does she want to try to get another extra blue? Do they need an extra Psycho? Does she want 2 blocks? So it all depends where she's at in the game. She may say, look, I need that other blue to slow them down. Or they've been hitting us. We need a second Psycho. So where you're at in the game dictates how you're going to play this game. All right, she's going to pick 3 and 8. So she's going for that extra Psycho. Good move. All right, 3 and is 8 a match? No. All right. So now we'd have 1 more player. We know they would have a guaranteed 2 blocks if they paid attention. So you know where a blue is. You know where a Psycho, and you know where 2 blocks are. All right, so let's say Kel was the 5th player coming off the bench. All right, so this would be the last move of round number 4. This is their last shot at it. So Kel, you're going to take the guaranteed 2 blocks, or you're going to gamble for that extra blue, or gamble for that Psycho. Kel's going to take 8 and 9. So, and she'd still get her turn. So she'd be able to go 8, 9. We'd go back to the map. She would take the black and the green out of play, which might be a good move here because she still got an attack. So we get rid of black, get rid of green. Kel throws her grenade at the wall, takes down a few more, and here we go. So, gives you a lot of different strategies, a lot of different cool things. So, let me recap really quickly, and I'll open up for a little Q&A. And again, I really appreciate you guys being here tonight, walking through this. We're going to play Friday night, and then we're going to do this again on Saturday. There's no clash. We got the Chessmaster event. We've got the end of the Netherworld transitioning to Shattered Streets. And then Saturday, we're going to do a little bit more gameplay. That'll be a little bit more getting people in and doing real moves and calculating them, since you guys have an idea of what we're doing. So Squid Grid, we covered picking the 4 numbers. Has to be numbers in the right order. You got a certain amount of time. You know, danger. If danger's played, you're going to cover up a little bit of the map. So playing danger early on would be a strategy. If you take the squid grid and two of your players play danger, you might be able to lock them down or confuse them enough that you get a guaranteed kill. They can always play danger too. Shell shock. Shell shock's pretty easy. You know all the different combinations. You can die, but you can also match some items. Airship. I'm going to use as a takeaway. We may add a third Marty, so I'll let you guys know about that on Saturday. You know how the radiation damages people. You know that engineers are going to be important. Jumping the shark is much, much easier to take things away from people. And Doomsday is probably going to be played almost every night that we play, especially if you can load it, because people are going to be in some real bad situations. So that is the Bay, everybody. So any last minute questions before we do some chess rolls? What do you guys think? Going to be a challenge? Going to be a little different? A lot of the strategies will be the same for the Cove, but a lot of the planning is going to be different. And I think the Game Master Award is going to be one of the most sought after. No. Danger's not going to be any bigger. He'll just hit harder. I think the Game Master is going to be something that people really, really going to compete for. Just like the Captain Award, you're really going to want to show that you're good at this stuff. And it's a whole different skill set. Still going to throw grenades, still going to cap bosses, still going to take temples, and look, there's going to be pets that come out. There could be pets that add another second to your squid grid. Time potion is not going to carry over, so don't bother hitting it. Once you're in the squid grid, you're kind of on your own. All points are the same. Ray's telling you to zip it, Craven Light. He's like, don't ask these questions in front of everybody. Message kill. All right. I agree, Diana C. Diana C says the Bay is going to be amazing. I really wanted to get you guys in round 3 and 4 with a little bit of eustress, I guess, where it's going to be good stress, not the, oh my God, what do I do? You know, my move. It's going to kind of take you into a different mini game type of environment. It's going to be stressful, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun stress because there's going to be the challenge of kind of beating yourself, and there's going to be a challenge of beating other people. And you may have designated people that come in off the bench that this is just their thing. All right, I'm super excited. And don't pick the block that has the eel. All right, I need everybody here, give me a number. Give me those numbers from 1 to 20. Everybody's here is going to end up on this chessboard. But the question is, are you going to end up further along on the chessboard? All right, let's get a few die rolls in and see who's going to join us. Number 16. Number 12. Number 18. A lot of high numbers tonight. Number 13. Number 4. Number 1. And number 8. All right. Let's do the math here. It's going to be a lot of people, we know. But we want to see where each position everybody lines up in. All right, there were no 9s. There were no 7s. There were no 17s. No 19s. No 10s. My goodness. I see Crimson at number 8. No 15. No 6. No 2. Man. I see Samurai. Are you kidding me? All those numbers we rolled and only 2 people. All right, let's check this out. All right, first of all, we're going to move Crimson up a level. We're going to move Samurai to King. All right, Samurai is officially in the King spot. Kel moving to the Queen spot. Gemstone moving to Bishop. All right, I need Dow, Valar, Julia, and Moonshot. I don't think Dow and Valar's here, so I need Valar, Julia, and Moonshot. All give me a number from 1 to 20. All right, I see Julia. Let's see Moon and Valar. Moon and Valar. All right, going once. All right, Dow and Julia. Dow, give me a number. If we don't have Valar and Moon, we're going to roll. So Dow and Julia. $17 and $10. It's $8. Julia is the other bishop. All right, I need Crimson, Tiny, Ron, Trigger, and Sheila. All give me numbers. All right, here we go. Number is 8. Crimson Tide moving up tonight. All right. Moonshot and Villar moving down tonight because Dow's the only person here to roll. And Pope is not here. So I need again. See, Sheila did not roll. We're going to put Ocean Man on the board. We're going to put Busy Bee on the board. We're going to put Animal on the board. We're going to put Nixie on the board. We're going to put Amy on the board. All right, Villar. We're going to move Villar down to pawn. All right, so we're going to leave all those pawns up. You're going to have 3 knights on each slot. And anyone not here on Friday night will forfeit their move. So on the other side, it is going to be battle chess. We also have filling out the final slots. Bishop Clone and Jigsaw. Crowley. Ray Jin. Devo. And Craven. All right, that's our final board for chess. So it is almost Thanksgiving. So I want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving in advance. We'll probably all be off the grid a little bit tomorrow. So you guys have a great time. Thank you so much for an amazing introduction to the Bay. We had a great season with the Cove, our best PvP season ever. And I really want to put some things out there to challenge you guys in a whole different way. So I'll see you all Friday night for the Chess Master event and the exit, hopefully, of the netherworld into Shattered Streets for the month of December. It's going to be very Charles Dickens themed, so it's going to be one of the best works we've ever done. And then Saturday night, very casual Saturday night. So, I understand if you guys have plans, but if you can show up Saturday night like you did tonight, you'll get a little bit more extended gameplay than we did tonight, which will be a big boost for Monday night, because Monday night we are kicking off the Bay with the first official match, and that is going to be Sly at Vox. So there you go. If you guys got any questions, feel free to shoot those at me. Otherwise, I will see you all Friday night. Have a great, great night, everybody. And let's finish it out with a little bit of dance mix. So, I'm sure we got something lined up for you guys. Guess we can go. Can we go old school? All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Can you feel it? Can you take it? Can you come and breathe it? All of this electricity, do it right now, right now. Turn the volume up loud, give me your electricity. I don't really care. Take me there. Can you feel it? Can you take it? Baby, it's so electric. So come and play with me. We'll dream, 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 dream. We'll celebrate, we'll make a scene, 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 scene. So raise a glass and come to me, me, me. Baby, can you make my body rock? Oh, oh. With my hair around, I can let it go. We can do a thing, take it nice and slow. Baby, take it over, make it hot, hot, hot. Baby, let's just dance, dance. Let's just dance, baby. I just wanna dance, 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 dance. Can you feel it? Can you take it? Can you come and brace it? All of this electricity, do it right now, right now. Turn the volume up loud, give me your electricity. I don't really care. Take me there. Can you feel it? Can you take it? Baby, it's so electric. So come and play with me. More and more. It's feeling so right, right, right. Oh, baby, tonight, night, night. Just give it to me. Stereo, stereo, go. Boom, boom, stereo, stereo, go. La, la, la. Boom, boom, stereo, stereo, go. Boom, boom, stereo, stereo, go. La, la, la. Baby, let's just dance, dance. Let's just dance, baby. I just wanna dance, 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 dance. Can you feel it? Can you take it? Can you come and brace it? All of this electricity, do it right now, right now. Turn the volume up loud, give me your electricity. I don't really care. Take me there. Can you feel it? Can you take
We're about to have a beautiful time. Positive vibes, let's go. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Even worse, I'm sick and tired of barely getting by. You wanna know the truth, keep this between us. Yeah, I got a job, but I'm only making peanuts. My bank account is so my pocket's kinda thin. I ain't DJ Khaled every now and then I win, but tonight I'm about to be undefeated. Just got off of work and I could barely believe it. Call the weed man, cause he know just what I'm needing. 5 o'clock traffic jam, I'm trying to beat it. Didn't quite happen, no bumper to bumper. Road rage people leaning heavy on they hunkers. I'm just trying to make it home, this day has been bunkers. I usually get drunk, but tonight I'm getting drunker. Called my friends and I explained the whole story, and this is what they told me. Ought to throw a party tonight. Hey, it's been a really long day for me. I should be living my life. Hey, because time won't wait for me. Ought to throw a party tonight. Hey, me and my friends will get wasted. And I'll be happy that I made it. Yeah, to the end of the day, that's right. So I guess I throw a party tonight. Hey, party, 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 let's all get wasted. Hey, party, 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 let's all get wasted. My homie Jack Daniels, he like to hold me down. My homie Remy Martin, like to see me clown. My homie Mr. Seagrams, know how to get it in. Always bring the juice, he always bring the gin. Johnny Walker Black, Johnny Walker Red, they both make me do some things that I might regret. Life gets hard, sometimes you got to hold on. What I do? Take another Jaeger bomb. It's a party, people dancing like they lost it. Hold on, man, who brought this Mr. Boston's? They know they wrong, they should've left it at the doormat, right beside the bottles of McCormick. The day's long, but the nights are too short. I gotta stay on point like a knife and 2 forks. Negativity's dead, I'm better in my head. And it all started cause I said that I ought to throw a party tonight. Hey, it's been a really long day for me. I should be living my life. Hey, cause time won't wait for me. I ought to throw a party tonight. Hey, me and my friends will get wasted. And I'll be happy that I made it. Yeah, to the end of the day, that's right. So I guess I throw a party tonight. Hey, party, 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 let's all get wasted. Hey, party, 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 let's all get wasted. It don't really matter the day of the week. You can always party with me and all my friends. We all pitching. It ain't no telling when the party will stop. Try not to wake up with a hangover. And if you do, just lay in bed until the pain's over. People leave inebriated when they came sober. I keep it player till the game's over. I'm talking swimming pool parties, costume parties, disco parties, birthday parties, even back to school on the first day parties, random just in or the workday parties, all white parties, all night parties, toga dinner masquerade, all tight parties, just to see if everything is alright parties, throwing for the folks who say on light parties, Super Bowl parties, graduation parties, just got a promotion, congratulations parties, old school parties, new school parties, gather around a computer, a YouTube party, You only live once, so what you waiting on? That's why you ought to throw a party tonight. Hey, it's been a really long day for you. You should be living your life. Hey, because time won't wait for you. You ought to throw a party tonight. Hey, you and your friends will get wasted, and you'll be happy that you made it. Yeah, to the end of the day, that's right. So I guess we'll throw a party tonight. Hey, party, 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 let's all get wasted. Hey, party, 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 let's all get wasted. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party, 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 let's all get wasted.
She's a flower, you know? What's material?
Ooh, baby.
Yes, so me I say.
Sexy lady.
Steer.
Pretty baby.
Tell him.
Prettiest girl that I've ever seen. Like a girl from a magazine.
From the magazine, you know?
You're the girl with a triple crown. You're the talk on the town.
Shout the talk of the town.
Sexiest girl that I've ever seen.
Steer.
Like a girl from a magazine. Whoa.
So me I say.
You're the girl with a triple crown.
got it going on. On, girl, you turn me on. Sexy girl, you got it going on. On, woman, you turn me on. Woman, me say me want you beside me, just to be me wifey. Me love you more than Bunty love me Spivey. Woman, you love, keep me lively. Nothing can divide me, so tell dirty heart them fi avoid me. Because
Sexy little figure, you are like summer. Girl, you are take it to them. The fashion where you're in and no self and no pizza, you are bring it to them. You're so fine.
from my head top one shoes where she walk on.
Young one like me play one more time, yeah.
Real woman, me a talk about, you know.
Love how your body design. Girl, you impress me with your beauty. You're so sexy. Whoa, yeah. What's your number? Can I come over? What's your name,
You listen to
girl?
Girl, I feel a pain in my shoulder, so I'm coming over to make you rub me down. Girl, me say me heart a bubble over. Can't wait to see my lover, just to cool